So in the backswing, we tend to see golfers really struggle to find the place where the arms should go and in the harmony of working with the body. So today I want to share with you a couple of ways of really finding the right blend to give you that flowing backswing. So what we tend to see with a lot of amateur golfers is when they swing back, the arms tend to work too deep and very narrow like this, or sometimes occasionally, this is much rarer, the arms will work more up. Generally speaking, when the arms work up, there tends to be very little rotation or turn. When the arms tend to work in, there's a lot of rolling with the arms, and then can be followed by a turn, which gets the arms in this very deep position. What I want to try and give you today is a couple of ways of really finding a natural position that allows the arms to be in the correct space and time from a 3D perspective that then allows you to function and rotate through the golf ball with ease. So kind of unfussed, uncluttered, simple. The first drill I'm going to share with you is one I got from my very good friend Mark Bull. This is a kind of hand drill that allows you to really, if you do it correctly, find a space for the hands and arms to work up correctly as you rotate. How it works is you take your lead hand on the golf club, you take your trail hand and you press it with the palm of your hand, just like so, into that thumb, like that. So you create like a fan with the right hand or trail hand and push hard and down there as we take our address. Now I'm leaving this alignment rod there so we can show you the base plane line. So if I take my setup there and really push hard down there. Now the key is I want to push hard as I work the club back. Now the fact I'm pushing hard as the club works back allows my trail arm to fold beautifully and allows my lead arm to work up. And then if I combine that with some rotation, we find this kind of space. So I've got a beautifully long lead arm. I have my thumbs working up in the direction around about my shoulder. So shoulder, or fractionally below for me, is a great directional line for this club. In terms of plane, I want the butt of this club to point to that rod I got on the ground. This rod is on my ball to target line, or as we would determine it, the base plane line. So I'm looking for that butt of the club to be working up that line with the arm kind of in front of my body as I turn. This also, with the pressure here, and certainly doing it one-handed, starts to give me a feeling of cocking my wrist, getting that radial deviation, as opposed to hinging the club on the inside path. So we can also do this without clubs, and go to that kind of butterfly look, push and swing back. And it really gives me a really different sensation through my lead arm. So what we would do, just move that rod back a touch, is create some practice swings doing that to get some feels. I would recommend probably 3 or 4 practice swings to one shot. Then when we're going to hit the shot, we're trying to move the arm through the same space and time that we did doing the drill. And we can also use the rod on the ground to feel that we're going to point the butt of the club to. And as I look visually from here in terms of, again, a 3D perspective, my arm sits just slightly inside that rod. But, you know, the more we can get the arm feeling it's getting close to it and almost covering that rod, the more it'll be out here. So if the arm tends to work in too much, we can really try and match up that rod, or even place a second rod. So having placed a second rod there now, I can really try and feel I'm going to try and match my arm up with that second rod that just set slightly inside. As a guide, it's about a foot, as in my foot and the end of my body, away from that base plane line. So then I might go ahead and hit a ball using that same sensation and feel that arm works in that direction. I'm not trying to swing too far there, I'm not trying to hit it too hard. I'm really just trying to work on the club working in that kind of 3D perspective in the backswing. So that is drill number 1. Lots of practice swings at home, get some feels. It'll certainly make you feel like your left arm is working straighter, more structured, and probably more up, depending on what you currently do. Drill number 2, I've got a smart ball, and I've got it strapped to my lead bicep. And this one again, quite a few of my drills are influenced by other coaches and friends. This one is by my friend Martin Chuck. What I learned from him, we do some golf schools together. He's a great guy, great coach. And this is one that I got from him. So the lead arm's on that, the smart ball's on that lead bicep. And when I swing back, I don't want this lead arm to push the ball into my chest. I want to feel that this stays away from my chest. That stops these arms getting too deep and too trapped. So it's just really making some swings, trying to feel no pressure into my chest from this lead ball. And again, this ball is kind of, 4 inches away from my armpit here. So it's down in that area, no pressure, and then be able to hit the golf ball with it, like so. Again, hit it great, felt spacey, maybe a little shorter than normal, because I'm really being conscious of trying to make sure I get no contact and look silly on camera. But it felt quite spacey, felt quite roomy. I felt like I had loads of time. Again, there's guys that feel like they rushed their downswing. This made me feel like the club was out there, away from me. And then I was able just to then turn through and kind of collect that ball and send it down the fairway. So for me, getting the arm too in or too deep in the backswing can become a real depth move. You can recover with a very short swing with very little power. But if you're looking to gain power, we definitely want the arms to blend with the body and get up and away from us so we can get that space and time to generate some club head speed and not feel trapped